The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you are tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, bringing you real life experiences to the forefront. And today's session focuses on creativity that reflect everyday life. No, stories centered on family, community, and people working through social challenges. And our featured guest is a creative illustrator and storyteller whose work captures these themes with honesty and purpose. Please welcome today's guest, illustrator and author of Aqua 7, The Ocean is a Part of Our Family, Wayne DeVoe. Hi, Wayne. Thank you so much for joining us here today. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So for all our guests out there, this is the book cover of Wayne's book. It's called Aqua 7. So I just want to ask Wayne, can you tell us about this book? What was the source of inspiration in creating your first novel with this very unique title, Aqua 7?
Um, some time ago, I remember walking into a comic book store,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a comic that caught my attention. It challenged me and it inspired me at the same time. And it
Mm-hmm.
was called Phantom by Michael Turner. He has passed away since, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember looking into the comic and it caught my attention
Mm-hmm.
because one of the questions I asked myself was, why didn't I come up with this idea? Because I had the characters already drawn,
Mm-hmm.
characters that reflect the ocean. I just didn't know what to
Mm-hmm.
do with it. So it sat in the tank. The comic book gave me the inspiration to
Mm-hmm.
say, well, what if I can create my own story regarding the ocean? And that's where the inspiration came from.
I love that. Such a story as well. Going to a comic book store and finding this book that actually inspires you to write. And now you actually have this this book and which was inspired by that, and now you are inspiring other people as well. So because the title itself, it's Aqua 7. It actually strikes you. So I was like, what is this about? So and the book cover itself is actually really good. So this is the type of book that I will actually really open and buy in a bookstore as well. So I just have a question as well, Wayne. What do you hope to accomplish with this project, this amazing project?
Well, just as I mentioned some time ago, I
Mm-hmm.
plan to turn this into a screenplay, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
currently working on now. I just feel that I have a lot to say visually
Mm-hmm.
regarding the characters, the situation in which mankind finds themselves in
Mm-hmm.
against aliens. So it's a sci-fi, action,
Mm-hmm.
thriller, mystery, drama. It centers on
Mm-hmm.
living things, the human experience, just
Mm-hmm.
told from a scientific point of view. So I feel I got a lot to say, and I feel that I can really bring life to the book in that way.
Yes, and I actually agree because for all our viewers out there, on some of our audience are actually visual learners, and some of them read the book with the pure imagination, and having this in a film will actually let them see, oh yeah, so this was what the book is talking about. And plus, if you have it in the film as well, some people will look into the book as well because they would want to dive into the lore. So this actually fits that idea, and you as well as an author and a script writer would also have lots of idea, creating the universe in this novel Aqua 7. And right now, what lessons did you learn in creating the story?
First of all, patience and
Mm-hmm.
lots of patience. It's one thing to have an imagination, but it's another thing to be able to control that imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, you want to be realistic with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
as you're taking your time because you want to put your best work forward, and it
Mm-hmm.
has to come from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will love personal accolades. Everybody will love to make a lot of money, and yes, those things are important. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time,
And
what's important is that you express yourself from the heart. That's what
mm-hmm.
matters. And so
Yes.
again, that's the thing that I learned. You learn a lot about storytelling too.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to see the mistakes that you have to make adjustments on, the correction, because again, you want to put your best foot forward. It's one thing to have the raw gifts, but
Mm-hmm.
when you can understand the why and the science behind your craft, then it becomes
Yes.
intentional wisdom. And so that's the thing that I've learned. Take your time, put your best work forward, and let imagination take over.
Yes. Let the imagination take over. I love that. But Wayne, this is just a random question. I just thought when you
Mhm.
were talking about the book, was it hard to create these different characters and have their own direction in the story?
I won't say it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
I say it was a challenge, but it was a fun
Mm-hmm.
challenge
Yes.
because my ideas come from the drawing. It was the
Mm-hmm.
drawing that I had first. Like I mentioned to you, I just didn't know what to do with it. But here's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I've learned because we've all heard the cliche pictures are worth a thousand words.
Mm-hmm.
But most people
True.
don't really know what that really means. It's a cliche.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go deeper into that, think about how stories are born. Pictures are worth a thousand words, but inside of a thousand words, there's always a story to tell that lives on to generations. And it all
Mm-hmm.
starts from the picture idea. That's the relationship between drawing and writing. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was able to create the characters, it came from the drawing. So it was a little easier on me. So it
Mm-hmm.
gave me a sense of direction with each characters. And again, art often imitates life. So I was able to
Mm-hmm.
pull the problems, everyday problems that people go through, and put it inside the characters. And that's what
Yeah.
gave it life.
I love that. I actually just learned something from this. Let the creativity take over, and what you just said, it all actually clicks. And I love that. So for all our viewers out there, if you're listening, take it from Wayne Duvall. He's actually creating a really good story here. The book is called Aqua 7. Check it out on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And now, Wayne, what future endeavors are you working on, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, just as I mentioned, the book turning it into a script, I'm
Mm-hmm.
almost done with the pilot episode. Then I
Mm,
have
nice.
other projects. A book that I published long ago, but it was more a book of pictorials.
Mhm,
The social matter in drawing. I wanted to turn that into a cartoon. I still have
mhm,
the desire to do that. That hasn't gone away.
mhm,
So again, future projects like that, among other stories that I have inside my head,
mhm,
that I have already written down, the foundation, your character Bible, your character
mhm.
stories. So that's just one of few things that I'm gonna be working on that I hope to accomplish. Being able to see myself doing that in the next 5 years and more,
Mhm.
among other things.
You know what? I just want to say you are a type of a person, an author who is very talented, very creative, blessed, lucky, everything. Because you have this both of these talent, the writing and the illustrating type of author. I'm a writer, but I cannot illustrate, so it's kind of like you are a I want to say you are a triple threat in this industry. You're right. You imagine and you actually draw it, and you it actually creates a great impact on the readers as well. So I'm really excited for your projects as well. if it comes to fruition in the coming years, the pilot is in development and is ready, and the book is here, and people can actually grab a copy of this book as well. And for those who are waiting for the pilot to go to be in fruition, they can already have the idea and get into the story right away and expect the story to go, because sometimes in the pilot it changes, so people will say, well, they create their own theories on what happens next, because sometimes it becomes unpredictable. So I'm really excited for your fans to gather around and discuss about this. And right now, what do you think are the key elements in creating? Oh, I already asked that question. uh, um what do you think are the key elements in creating a great story?
First of all, I like to call it connecting the dots
Mm-hmm.
once you've built the foundation regarding your characters.
Mm-hmm.
You write a, for me, I like to write a little background of each character,
Yeah.
which is all a part of developing the character. It's the foundation, your
Mm-hmm.
story. Um, you have to put all these things down in sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, when you're doing the project, it's not like you hit a wall. You
Mm-hmm.
can't really wing it, but
True.
it's all preparation and learning a lot from life. Most people don't realize that every day we're
Mm-hmm.
actually living and seeing a story. You just
Mm-hmm.
got to pay attention.
True.
And that's where sometimes I'm looking at this and I say, okay, this would make a good niche to my character or a good fit to my story. Just
Mm-hmm.
imagine walking to the store. Maybe you're going shopping with your family and you see something a
Mm-hmm.
little bizarre. It catches your attention. If you're paying attention, there's a story behind that.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to your car, you drive off. Maybe you see something on the road or another driver.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story behind that. We're surrounded with living stories. People just got to pay attention. That's where your ideas come from.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get to build your characters. Because again, art imitates life.
True.
So I'm surrounded with stories. I don't believe in going to an isolated place to sit in a private room and write. Sure, there's a time for that. But if you
Mm-hmm.
really want to get inspiration, you really want to add something to characters, get out and smell the roses sometimes in your everyday experience and you see. Because life is loaded with characters and it's
Yeah.
also loaded with over 1 million stories. There it is. That's how you
I
build your
love that.
characters.
I really love, I love what you said. Um, I am surrounded with stories. So go out sometime and smell the roses. These are very inspirational words, and these are the types of quotes that I will quote. I will quote you on that on social media. So I am surrounded with stories. Go out there and smell the roses. Sometimes these are very motivational, very inspirational, especially for new authors and new writers out there. It can already give them inspiration. And speaking of, many aspiring authors want to make the bestsellers list and have their books become movies. Because the market is very competitive nowadays. In being successful, and everybody wants that, which makes it a 1 in a million shot to being noticed. So, how do you stay focused when there is so many obstacles going against you as a first-time author?
First thing, humility.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding that life is delicate, it's unpredictable,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, you want to cherish that. Not only that, appreciate that when you go into a classroom of talented people, don't look at them as a competition or a
Mm-hmm.
threat to you. You look at them as someone that you can learn from because we
Mm-hmm.
all take a little bit from each and every one as they take a little bit from us.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is what I would tell anybody who's aspiring: take what you can and make it
Mm-hmm.
your own.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it is that doesn't work for you, discard it. But make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you can be original, that you can be your authentic self, and understand that seeds don't grow overnight. So
Mm-hmm.
it takes
True.
patience. Otherwise, in that, it's easy to give up. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to quit. It's easy
Mm-hmm.
to get discouraged. But now, if you allow those things to overtake you, then what are you going to do? Then what do you have? You're going to settle for option B. Does option B really make you happy if this is what you want to
Mm-hmm.
do? So understand and allow yourself to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how you can achieve. And that's what
Yes.
I'll tell anyone.
I love how thought provoking that was. So, for all our viewers out there, go ahead and check out his book. It's Aqua 7. And now, Wayne, what do you say to someone notes that you've said to yourself and who aspires you to write their first book and hopefully turn this into a full time career in making a living?
I'll say the authors before me. Um, I'll say life inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Learning from people. You hear about experiences and you also hear about failures.
Mm-hmm.
Take both in stride and learn from him.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, you always want to surround yourself with
Mm-hmm.
positive thinking people. You
Yes.
also have to be your own cheerleader at times too. It's
Mm-hmm.
one thing to talk to your creator and ask him to help you, but this is a lonely road too when you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to achieve something. So you have to be your greatest cheerleader
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you may not get that from people who are closest to you. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
that they're envious. Sometimes they just don't see your idea or your vision
Mm-hmm.
because it's not meant for them. It's meant for you. So because this is a lonely road, you got to be your greatest cheerleader
Mm-hmm.
and you got to understand your why as to why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, that's what I would tell anybody, like I would tell myself. I talk to myself every day. I give
True.
myself a
True.
pep talk. I spend time with my creator and I allow him to speak to me through the pages of his written word and I
Mm-hmm.
speak to him. But then there are times where I got to cheer me up. Sometimes we can't get that pat on the back from somebody else. So again, this is what I would tell anybody like I would tell myself.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for that insight. For all our viewers out there, remember what Wayne said. You gotta be your own cheerleader. The world might be, you might be surrounded with people, with negative comments, but you gotta be your own cheerleader because you yourself can actually help you get away from the dark and surround yourself with the positive people as well. All right. So right now, Wayne, I'm gonna give the spotlight to you. Tell us where we can find your book. Tell us about your projects or what we're going to look forward to.
You can go to WD Publishing, of course, under Wayne Duveau.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's how you can purchase the book through Amazon. Um, like I said, I was trying to, and I'm still going to try to build a better website where it can go directly to me. But
Mm-hmm.
at the time, for the time being, this is the best way that you can find me. You could just go right on to Google WD Publishing, and you
Mm-hmm.
see Wayne Duveau, and you can type in on a website. You see my picture. You can
Mm-hmm.
go and purchase the book. It'll take you to Amazon, and you can find it there. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, like I mentioned to you already, other projects that I'm working on. Of course, I would love to go into animation, but
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be with the Museum of Life. And
Mm-hmm.
again, that was a book that was published through Zalibris years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
got to come back and finish that because it's something that I always wanted to do with that before I move on to anything else. Um, but Aqua 7 is the work that I'm building right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's my concentration. As I mentioned before, I hope that it will be a series, either through Netflix, Hulu, Disney, whatever, any of those streaming networks. So again, yeah, that's, you know, screenwriting is a new challenge, but I think I got something special.
All right, so that's Wayne DeVoe, everyone. You can actually Google him. Remember his face. He could be your favorite author. Remember the name, Wayne DeVoe. Get your copy of Aqua 7. The auction is part of our family, available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And check him out. Go ahead to Google. It's WD. What was that again, Wayne? WD.
WD Publishing.
Double D Publishing, and get his book. He could be your next favorite author. The book is called Aqua 7. This is the book cover. Go ahead and check him out. Check this book out. And I'm so excited for this book. I'm so excited for your endeavor as well, Wayne. So it has been an awesome time with you. Thank you for joining us here at Readers Magnet.
Thank you, Raven. Thank you for having me again. Pleasure's all mine.
Yes. So, guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So, go tell your story, storyteller. This is your host, Revan, with our featured author, Wayne DeVoe. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.
Bye now.